Now we have breaking news in the 38 Studios scandal.
Yes, this is one of the biggest remaining mysteries. Who bought the $75 million 38 Studios bonds?
And tonight, Target 12 investigator Tim White answers that question. Tim, this is one of the biggest questions at the State House right now because there's so much money at stake here for Rhode Island.
Yeah, Mike and Susan, as you know, lawmakers are deciding right now whether or not taxpayers should pay back that $75 million bond. Some of those lawmakers are demanding to know who will get the money. So we got the answer. According to financial information obtained by Target 12, we now know the vast majority of investors who bought the 38 Studios bonds. Out of $75 million, USAA Life Insurance Company owns nearly $36 million. USAA is a financial firm that caters to members of the U.S. military. Transamerica Investments, a financial firm, purchased just over $19 million, followed by Berkeley Insurance Company with $8 million. In all, Target 12 obtained a list of 10 investors totaling $68 million of the $75 million loan, all of which are insurance or financial firms. The identities of those who purchased the remaining $7 million are still unknown. It's complicated, but here's how the deal worked. The state sold $75 million in bonds so it could loan millions to Curt Schilling's video game company, 38 Studios. Now that the company has gone belly up, Rhode Island taxpayers may have to foot the bill to pay back the investors who bought the bonds. Some lawmakers say we shouldn't pay the investors back and are demanding to know their identities. Others, like General Treasurer Gina Raimondo and Governor Lincoln Chafee, say the state must make good on its promises, or we could hurt our standing on Wall Street. Target 12 reached out to the largest investors in the 38 Studios bond. USAA and Berkeley declined to comment for this report. Transamerica did not respond.
It's something that still haunts me.
One of the lawmakers on the fence about paying the bonds back, State Representative Patrick O'Neill. He has said he'd consider paying the loan if taxpayers knew who the investors were.
Now, we understand how 38 Studios got to be the mess that it is. We're asking regular taxpayers to possibly subsidize the 1% of the 1%.
Governor Chafee's proposed budget calls for $2.5 million this year to start paying the bonds back. Mike and Susan, that would grow to $12.5 million a year down the road if lawmakers decide to make good on the debt.
The obvious question, what happens if the state decides not to pay back these investors?
Well, the investors might still be on good footing, and that's because the bonds are insured. So it's likely they'll still get their money back. And we should mention that we did reach out to the insurance company. They declined to comment for this story.
Okay,
right.
Thanks, Tim. And we're going to stay on top of the developments on this story.
The investigation continues online. WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi has more on the companies that invested in the 38 Studios bond online. And you can also find an interactive timeline of the 38 Studios scandal.